the new Sig X-Compact with the Romeo 1 red dot and suppressor height sights. Today I'm going to show you how I got mine for under $500. YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. If you're not new here, this is the video that a lot of you have been waiting for. I mentioned a while back in a couple other vlogs about how I acquired the new P320 X-Compact for under $500 with the red dot and suppressor height sights. So that video is here for you guys now. I will dive into all the specs and the pricing and how I accomplished this, but first I want to go over a few things. Now again, for those of you that have been following the channel for a while, you might remember this footage back from January at SHOT Show. This is when I actually got to get my hands on the X-Compact for the first time. My buddy Garrett and I were at the Sig booth checking them out, and it really felt good in the hands. For those of you who are Sig Sauer fans already, you know that the X series lineup is just a more refined version of the P320, having those flared mag wells, the undercuts on the trigger guards, the texturing. It's pretty much how you would send your P320 frame out to a custom company to get stippled, undercut, and everything done, but from the factory. So as months passed by, I finally saw the X-Compact in our local gun store, Ventura Munitions, and was checking it out again, and I was talking to one of the guys in the shop, and I realized that the rear sight is attached to the mounting plate. And what I mean by that is you can either have the optic or irons. In order to put an optic on the gun, you have to remove the cover plate. Well, the rear sight is attached to that cover plate. So the X-Compact only comes in one of two configurations, with the optic and no backup iron sights, or just iron sights. While I know a lot of people are transitioning to running the optic only without backup sights, me myself, I'm not comfortable in doing so yet, especially with the Sig Romeo red dot, as it hasn't been on the market as long as other handgun red dot sights. So I was set on buying this gun, ready to pull the trigger, full pun intended. However, after seeing that, I kind of stepped back and decided not to make the purchase right away. Me personally, I do want to have those backup iron sights in case something does happen to the red dot. That's just my preference, and it was a determining factor in me not picking this gun up right away. So I let a couple weeks go by, and then I saw a deal posted in somedude_912's Instagram story. If you guys don't know who he is, he posts some of the best deals in the firearms industry on the internet. Definitely give him a follow his Instagram stories. He's always posting deals daily for us. Anyway, the deal that he had posted was the X-Compact frame for only $49.99. Now, in dealing with other handguns for so many years, I forgot that Sig has made the entire trigger group housing the actual firearm. That is the serialized component and recognized as the firearm per the ATF, which makes the gun extremely modular and allows you to attach different grips and slides, etc. Now, I know some of you might be going right now, oh, this video is clickbait. Let me explain something. I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to show you how I got this X-Compact for $500. The new Sig X-Compact with the Romeo 1 red dot and suppressor height sights. Today I'm going to show you how I got mine for under $500. I say that because if you're a fan of the X-Compact, it's most likely because you're already a fan of the P320 lineup, which means you're like me and you have a P320 Compact or a full size laying around already. And with that being said, this is where I think that Sig Sauer did a really good job at making the trigger housing component the serialized firearm portion of the gun. Okay, so moving on. That deal from somedude_912. I picked up that X-Compact frame for $50. Then I started searching on the internet because I wanted to find a way to get a red dot and backup iron sights on this X-Compact. While searching on the internet, I came across this. This is the Sig Compact RX slide with red dot and suppressor height sights for only $340. Now at first I was like, oh, there's no way that the red dot is included because of the price. I'm thinking, oh yeah, the normal slide's around 300 bucks, that makes sense. But then as I continued to read, I realized this does include the Sig Romeo 1 already mounted with backup suppressor height iron sights. So for a complete slide assembly with a red dot and suppressor height sights for $330, that to me is a no-brainer. I ordered that. Now if you're a fan of the X series, you also know that the X series guns come with a flat face trigger. So I started searching for this. I ended up picking up the Apex's version for only $50. Now a couple things I did have to do. I had to take the barrel and the P320 guide rod spring out of my P320 Compact and put it into this RX slide. Those did not come with the slide. So once everything came in, I took out the fire housing group out of my P320 Compact, I put it inside the X-Compact, assembled the slide, put it all together, function tested, and it worked flawlessly. Now there are a few things to note. The Sig X-Compact comes in at a barrel length of 3.6. The Sig P320 Compact, or RX Compact, that comes in at a barrel length of 3.9. So it is 0.3 inches longer, However, I will give up having the smaller compact version to have a red dot with backup iron sights. So in order to go out and film the shooting range portion of the video, I reached out to my buddy Tyler. You guys all know him as Real to Film on Instagram. What's up, man?
I saw it.
I wanted to get footage of us shooting from concealment. In addition to that, shooting from retention. Rubber dummy targets are great for shooting from retention. They don't blow out like paper, and you're not gonna get any shrapnel back in the face like steel, so that's what I typically use those targets for. We also wanted to test out the Sig Romeo and see how the 3MOA dot really did. We shot at distances of 50 and 75. Hitting steel was actually pretty easy. So we thought with the red dot, let's play around. We're at about 50 yards right now using our rangefinder. 49.6 to be exact, and see if we can get some shots on steel. Hey. All right, let's go further back. Hey-o. 75-yard shot. I wanted to see how difficult shooting on the move would be with the Sig Romeo 1, but due to the large field of view, it was actually pretty easy. The holster we used for this video was our inside the waistband more discreet holster that can be found on our website. As you can see here, even on Tyler, who weighs 105 pounds, concealment is not an issue at all. When I run appendix carry, I typically like to run the Vertix Guardian shirts as they provide a half undershirt that keeps the gun off my skin. In addition to that, having a button-up shirt makes it easier to draw from your holster while concealed. I do want to let you guys know that if you do decide to go with the X series lineup for Sig, you will have to purchase separate magazines from the older ones. You're going to need the magazines that have base plates with the round Sig Sauer logo. If you find yourself stuck with the older mags from the original P320, you can sand down those tabs on the base plate and it'll fit just fine. That's what I had to do before I reached out to my buddies over at Gun Mag Warehouse. You guys probably know them from all over social media. They are where I get the majority of my magazines from. You guys have probably seen all those Red Lancer mags that I posted photos of. Those are exclusive to Gun Mag Warehouse, and those are the only place you can get those translucent red ones. I reached out to them on social media and let them know I was filming this video for the X-Compact. They were nice enough to sponsor this video and send me 5 magazines for this gun, so I can't say thank you enough. Gun Mag Warehouse, thanks guys, much appreciated. They definitely have one of the largest selections of magazines that I've seen on the market, and they are my go-to whenever I purchase magazines, so definitely check them out. Okay, so let's talk about how it was to shoot the X-Compact. I will say this, at first I had to get used to the grip angle. When the Sig first came out, I wasn't really a fan of the P320 lineup. We more got it to fit holsters. However, when I got to put this in my hands at SHOT Show, I immediately took a liking to it, so that's what drew my interest into it. Now, I didn't set time aside to go and properly zero this red dot at 25 yards like I do with my others. However, out of the box, it was fairly accurate, as you can see from the long distance shots we did at 50 and 75 yards. Also shooting on the flipper head for the SITAC steel target that we had, there was no issues hitting that thing repeatedly. If you are a fan of Sig, the grip angle and everything they have to offer, I think this is a sweet little setup for concealed carry. You're getting a nice compact gun, 15 round capacity, a red dot, and backup sights for an extremely reasonable price. That's my opinion. For those of you that have been interested in the X-Compact, I'm sure it's because you already own some of the Sig lineup, and I'm hoping that some of you out there were not happy that you only had to have irons or optics. You couldn't have both. I hope this helps some of you if you were trying to go that way with the X-Compact. It is possible, it is manageable to do at a really good price. As always guys, if you're looking for full specs on the gun, I definitely recommend you check out the Sig Sauer website as they're listed there. This video was mainly to show some of you out there who wanted to get the X-Compact, but like me, didn't like the fact that you had to have either the optic or irons only. I wanted to show you guys a way that you could have the best of both worlds. Every gun I run that has a red dot has backup irons. I'm not ready to make that switch over yet and just run the optic only. For some of you out there that might have felt like this video was clickbaity, I apologize, but like I said in the beginning, this was to explain to you how I got my Sig X-Compact with the red dot suppressor sights for under $500. Again, I'm sure if you are a fan of the X-Compact, you already own a P320. It does not have to be the compact model. Any of the models will work as they are all the same trigger housing. So as long as you have that trigger housing, you can purchase all the components that I did and have your own X-Compact for the same price, or cheaper, because I'm actually starting to see them cheaper online. As always guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you are new here, please consider subscribing down below. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.
All right, still rolling.
Almost ripped one of my favorite shirts. Golly. Fuck, man, I keep trigger freezing.
Oh, Lord.
Man. Man!